Hello and welcome back to Plot Twist Please. I'm Chamaya. It's like papaya except it's not. And this is another mini-sode. It's good to see y'all through the little screen there. I thought I'd do something a little different for this mini-sode. I kind of want to start doing this thing where I talk about Hollywood history as it pertains to BIPOC and neurodivergent folks or disabled folks. And I don't know, y'all can let me know how you feel about that. I want to know because I feel like there's a lot about our history in terms of Hollywood and in terms of Broadway. Maybe I'll do Hollywood and Broadway. We'll see about that. But there's a lot that I feel like people just don't know. So maybe I'll do that on here. So here's the deal. Here's the thing, y'all. I'm trying to decide if I want to do more film and stage stuff on YouTube versus TikTok. So I mean, y'all can let me know in the comments. Would you rather me talk about Hollywood/Broadway history and on TikTok, or would you rather me talk about it on here, on this platform right here? I don't know. I think that Plot Twist Please is at a really good spot right now where we're talking about wellness for people of color and for neurodivergent folks or disabled folks. And also as that pertains to pop culture and how those things kind of feed into each other and radical self-care. And I think that we're at a good spot in terms of those intersections. I'm wondering if it would up the ante, or if it would make it more interesting, if you guys would find it valuable to talk about Hollywood history and Broadway history. Because here's the thing, I am a Black woman. Maybe I'll do like a Black history of Hollywood and Broadway. And then like disabled history of Hollywood and Broadway. Maybe I'll do that. Again, let me know. You can tell me in the comments what you would prefer, or if you want both. By that I mean like both Hollywood and Broadway on stage and on the screen. Because y'all, the other day I was talking to one of my white friends and I was talking about Dorothy Dandridge and how she was pretty much the Black version of Marilyn Monroe. And arguably she was the inspiration for Marilyn Monroe herself. She and Dorothy were close friends. They were both in the entertainment industry, and apparently Marilyn got her pointers, the sultry vibe from Dorothy. So I do think that it's important to talk about this, I think it's important. Talking about the entertainment industry and creative equity, I do think that part matters, that the origin of things matter and the stories behind them. I don't know. What do y'all think? What's jiggling your jangles right now? I'm just gonna take a water break. I'm so sorry. Is anyone else trying to drink a gallon of water a day? I've decided that that's gonna be something that I try to do because I'm a stage performer and I'm a singer and also I'm a teacher. So that just requires a lot of your voice. And I've realized, okay, that if you talk or sing for a living, you just require a lot more water than the average person, okay? You just do. If you're an athlete, you require more water than the average person. It has a lot to do with your bodily makeup, but also what you do, where you are exerting your energy and how often and how extensive that is. So yeah, a gallon a day, this girl. I think it's been really useful for me. I don't get nauseous throughout the day. I don't feel that grudgingly slow wave at like 3 p.m., 4 p.m. I mean, if I've had a busy morning or I've had to interact with a lot of people in the morning, then yes, it does come, and definitely. But the water does help. I mean, it makes sense. We're made up of mostly water. Of course, we gotta have it, of course. For the vitals, for the vitals. But yeah, so let me know if y'all think that the Hollywood or Broadway history would be beneficial to you. I might do both. Let me know. Also, don't forget to follow me on TikTok if you are just coming across my account on YouTube. Don't forget to follow those links below. I have an Instagram. I also have a Plot Twist Please Instagram. So it's my personal Instagram and the one for this platform in particular. Also, y'all, become patrons so that you can really get in on these special things. Some of the things you can get if you're a patron, you can get my personal insight on different pop culture things, like with that one football coach who sent that racist email, Nicki Minaj talking about Jessie in her music video. I guess I'm not about to throw shade right now. You're gonna have to wait. If you're a patron, you're gonna hear about all that. So if you wanna become a patron, meaning you wanna support Plot Twist Please and what I'm doing, which is advocating for BIPOC, neurodivergence, talking about anti-oppressive wellness principles, and culture within the context of community wellness, if you wanna get in on those special conversations that are reserved for patrons, become a patron. It's worth it. I sent out the first patron newsletter last week. There's still time to get on the list because there are some sweet, sweet treats that are going to be waiting for you in that sweet, sweet email. I'm going to be releasing some new episodes for patrons this week, in the next couple days, actually, as well as some journal prompts at the end of the month, and along with some other cool features if you click that hearty link below. And for those of you who are patrons already, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so grateful and I'm so glad that you believe in what I'm doing. And it's good to have you. So now back to this video. We are going to talk about, and I guess this is kind of the tester for the whole like Hollywood history ordeal, but in this video, I'm going to talk to you about the history of Black hair in Hollywood. By Black hair, of course, I mean African-American, African, Afrocentric hairstyles and hair textures. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about, all right? Hair that's blackity black, okay? Now, if you don't want to commit to becoming a patron and paying something every month, then you are free to donate to my Cash App. That is also linked below. This episode is going to be kind of interesting because I'm going to show you a clip that I recorded on a different day because y'all, I am trying to be efficient here. I have duties. I have things to be dutified. And so I am trying to make this process of recording and editing and posting lucrative and efficient for me and for my life. I'm going to look a little different. The lighting's going to be a little different, but that's okay. And it's right here now. So the 1920s, 1930s, and 1940s. Let's start with those. The 1920s was the time of the flapper, and some of the styles that were popular then were the short bobs and the finger waves. I had to do this for some shows in the past. Wigs and hairpieces were also commonly worn. And a lot of the time for the Black community, these styles that we would take on would mirror those Eurocentric beauty standards. So we would try to replicate their curls, even though it would probably take hours on end and lots of heat, damage. Now, in the 1950s, super straight, super slick hair was in, and that put even more pressure on Black people to present themselves in such a way, particularly Black women. Now, this was portrayed on TV, on film, and in the media. Natural Black hair was often ignored and demonized, and so you wouldn't dare leave your house without getting that press and comb. And here's the thing about press and combs. Raise your hand if you've ever gotten burned by one. I'm raising my hand. For those just listening, I'm raising my hand. Now, the 1960s, which is when the civil rights movement really came to fruition, many activists started going against the grain and favoring natural afros as a form of resistance. Some people still wore their hair in straight styles, especially if they were in a corporate environment or trying to seem professional. But at this point, the afro had become a statement. 1970s, the disco era, where the curls, in whatever way you could get them, were in. And then the 1980s with the Jerry curl, an image of my uncle comes to mind. In posters and album covers, the Jerry curl was it. In the 90s, braids really started becoming popular, and locks and all those styles were part of traditional African culture, but there was this huge Back to Africa movement that made people want to become more connected with that culture, and through hair was a great way to do it, they thought. Now, Janet Jackson really brought it in with poetic justice, okay? She really brought it in for us. Thank you, Janet. Thank you. Thank you. And then there was the whole edges thing. My edges are not done. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. The fierce 90s pop diva goddesses will smite me. I know it. I can feel it. Now, in the 2000s, up to recent times, you're more likely to see more natural hair than you've ever seen before, particularly in the media. Now, though this seems all fine and dandy, let's not forget that Gabby Douglas was shamed publicly for having her hair a little bit out of place and not straight completely after she won an Olympic gold medal. Like, lest we forget that that is where we're at. Hey, the hair that grows out of your head naturally, it's not a crime. Don't forget to like this episode if you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to join the Patreon, because y'all, there are some special things waiting in that link. Now, y'all, don't forget, stay weird. Bye.